So, you're picturing retirement in the Palm Springs area. You want to swap snow shovels for sunglasses and gray skies for 300 days of glorious sunshine. But let's be real, planning this move is a big deal. You have to consider housing, healthcare, and figuring out what it actually costs to live here. Here's the thing. I live and I work here, and I've walked dozens of people just like you through this exact move. So today, I'm giving you the complete step-by-step relocation checklist I use with my own clients, so you can stop stressing and start planning with real confidence. And stick around, because I've put together a free downloadable guide that goes with this video. I'll tell you how to grab it in just a few minutes. All right, let's get you ready for your new life in the desert. First things first, before you pack a single box, you need a game plan. This is your research phase, and it starts months before your moving date. Now, your first step is to determine your retirement lifestyle. Seriously, what does your perfect day actually look like? Are you the golf and glamour type, dreaming of tea times at PGA West and dinner in Indian Wells? Or maybe you're the more budget-minded and practical type and want a friendly 55-plus community like Sun City and Palm Desert without the hefty country club fees. If you're drawn to the arts and the hiking trails, well, you may like the creative energy of South Palm Springs or the La Quinta Cove. Just be honest about your priorities. Whether it's golf, social clubs, hiking, selecting the right desert city is important because each city here has its own personality. Palm Springs has a vibrant, walkable downtown. Rancho Mirage is polished and quiet. Indio and Desert Hot Springs offer more value. And La Quinta has that tucked away resort town feel. Now, here's the part a lot of people skip and it makes a huge difference. If you can swing it, do a try before you buy visit. Rent a place for a couple of weeks in the summer. Yes, the summer, just to see if you can really handle the heat. Then come back during peak season to feel the traffic and the energy. Your gut reaction to both will tell you more than any spreadsheet. I had a couple from Chicago who did exactly this. They called me after their summer visit and said, "Darlene, we love it, but that heat is no joke." They bought in October. Today, they're pickleball regulars and they've never looked back. But they made that decision with eyes wide open. And that's exactly what I want for you. Now, this is the one I won't sugarcoat. You have to respect our summers. October through May, the weather here is practically paradise. It's why we're all here. But from June through September, the temperatures cruise way past 115 degrees. This isn't a minor inconvenience. It's a full lifestyle shift. Your whole daily rhythm flips. Mornings are for golf, tennis, and errands. Afternoons, they're in for staying inside with your AC blasting. I'll get into what that does to your utilities in a moment. And trust me, you want to hear that number before you finalize your budget. But if you're someone who's sensitive to heat or has health issues, just factor that in honestly. The summers are doable, but they are real. All right, let's get to the number one question I get from every single person considering this move. What does it actually cost to live here? The Coachella Valley used to have a reputation as a bargain compared to coastal California. And it's still more affordable than LA or San Diego. But prices have risen, and I'd rather give you the real picture now than to have you surprised later. Housing is your biggest expense. A condo in desert hot springs or parts of India can start significantly lower than something in Indian Wells or Rancho Mirage. In the popular 55 plus communities, homes typically range from the 400,000s to well over a million. And renters? Expect rents to start around $2,000 to over $8,000 a month. It all depends upon the location and the amenities. And utilities? Well, here's the one thing that surprises everyone. I'm going to be direct with you. Your summer electric bill will shock you the first time you see it. A neighbor of mine made me promise to warn every single newcomer about their August power bill. It's not uncommon to see $500, $600, or even $800 or more a month from June through September. Many homeowners do install solar panels to offset this. This is a real upfront cost, but it pays off over time. Budget for it either way. Now, almost every desirable community, especially the 55 plus ones, have HOA fees. They can run from a few hundred to over $2,000 a month. But here's the flip side. Those fees typically cover clubhouses, pools, gyms, and landscaping. You're essentially paying resort-style amenities at a fraction of what it would cost individually. Just read the HOA rules carefully before you commit. Some are stricter than others. Groceries, gas, dining, those everyday costs. They're a little above the national average, but I guess you can think of it as a small paradise tax for your lifestyle. The good news is healthcare costs in the Palm Springs area are generally comparable to the national average, which is a welcome surprise for most people. Now, a word on California taxes. California doesn't tax Social Security benefits. That's a win. But other retirement income like pensions, 401ks, and IRA withdrawals, they're all taxed at state income tax rates. Talk to a tax advisor early. It's a step that is easy to put off and expensive to ignore. Now, that's a lot of numbers, and I know it can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why I created my free guide. Let me tell you about it right now. I put together a free downloadable Ultimate Desert Relocation Guide for retirees. It's packed with checklists and community comparisons, everything we're covering today. Grab it for free at the link in the description. It was written so you research the right way. Now, the fun part. Let's talk about your actual home options, because the variety here is genuinely impressive. Single-family homes in non-age restricted neighborhoods are great if you want a mix of neighbors and a more traditional setup. Condos and townhomes, well, they're ideal if you're downsizing and want that low-maintenance lock-and-leave lifestyle, especially if you're splitting time between here and somewhere else. And then there's the real star of the show for many retirees, the 55 plus communities. And I want to be clear, these are not your grandparents' retirement homes. We're talking resort style living. Sun City Palm Desert, Trilogy at La Quinta, and Del Webb Rancho Mirage. These communities have multiple clubhouses, state-of-the-art fitness centers, championship golf, indoor and outdoor pools, and literally hundreds of social clubs, as well as pickleball, hiking, wine tasting, art, you name it. They're not selling you a house. They're selling you a lifestyle. One quick note on something people don't always think to ask me. It's transportation. Yes, you will need a car here. This is a driving community. But Uber and Lyft are widely available, and some 55 communities run their own shuttle services for their residents. I think it's worth asking about when you're touring. So there you have it. Your complete Palm Springs area, or as we refer to it, Coachella Valley area, and your relocation checklist. The research phase, the real budget numbers, and the housing options. The desert life is real. It's beautiful. And with the right preparation, it can absolutely be yours. Now grab the free guide using the link in the description. It pulls everything from this video in one organized research so you can work through at your own pace. And if you have questions specific to your situation, your timeline, your budget, or your must-haves, reach out. That is literally what I'm here for. If this video helped you, hit the subscribe. I post new content every week about life in the Coachella Valley, real estate, neighborhoods, restaurants, and everything in between. So I'll see you in the desert.